Gentlemen, welcome to the video for today. And today we are going to be talking about low testosterone. And the thing that you need to realize is that most men today have low levels of testosterone. Even the men who have healthy testosterone levels by today's standards would have been considered low testosterone 100 years ago. There have been scientific studies being conducted for decades, and they show that men's testosterone levels are constantly on the decline year after year after year. There's a specific article that was created in the last year that says the average 20-year-old nowadays has the testosterone levels of a 65-year-old man just 20 years ago. Just think about how terrible that is. If you are 22, 25 years old, you probably have the testosterone levels of a 50 or 60-year-old man just 20 years ago. Think about that. And testosterone is one of the key chemicals that makes us men. It makes us more motivated, more aggressive, more ambitious. It increases our muscle mass. It increases our libido. It increases our sex drive. It literally changes how attracted women are to us because it impacts our pheremones. It makes us better able to deal with stress. It impacts every single area of our life. It is so important. And nowadays, most guys have suboptimal levels of testosterone. And I don't mean to be a freaking douche, but I left my shirt off for today's video very purposely because I think it's very important in any area of your life to focus on taking information from people who are actually succeeding in that area. If you wanted to be a millionaire, you would get advice from a millionaire. If you wanted to have a good relationship, you wouldn't talk to someone who's been single for 10 years. And by the same line of thought, if you want to be a more masculine man, you need to get advice from someone who looks like a man. Now, I'm not claiming to be the most attractive man in the world. I'm not claiming to be the strongest man in the world. I'm not claiming to be the most dominant man in the world. But I'm a fucking man. I got my testosterone levels checked a while back. And when the results came back, the doctor literally asked me. They were curious, and they had to ask me if I was taking any type of testosterone enhancing drugs. I don't recall what the exact levels were, but my testosterone levels were so high that they literally wanted to ask me if I was taking any type of drugs. And obviously the answer was no, but that's just to give you some context. Now, the scary thing about the world today is that men are supposed to be leaders, but we're becoming weak. We're becoming soft. We're losing our ambition. We're losing our edge. We have no aggression. We have no motivation. Our minds are foggy. We have no sexual drive. A lot of men can't even get hard for beautiful women. They're too scared to approach women. We are afraid to lead. We're afraid to reclaim our place in this world. Now, I'm not saying that having high testosterone fixes all the problems in your life, because it doesn't. But it does fix a lot of things. And the crazy thing is that the guidelines for healthy testosterone in this day and age are literally lower than a 65-year-old man would have had 100 years ago. Think about that. Your great-great-grandpa, when he was 65 years old, he had higher testosterone levels than the average 25-year-old man has today. He had higher testosterone levels than is suggested as being normal in this day and age. How disgusting is that? And the scary thing about it is that so many different aspects of modern life negatively impact testosterone. Eating fast food, not working out, sitting at a desk for hours, not having any challenge in your life, no competition, not approaching women, watching pornography, overuse of technology, drinking and eating from plastics. Listen, when you really go down the rabbit hole of all of the different things that negatively impact your testosterone, it truly is a scary rabbit hole to go down. It's depressing at first. Almost every aspect of modern life damages your testosterone. There is absolutely a war going on against testosterone. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but there are so many pieces of modern day life that destroy your testosterone. And the fact of the matter is that you probably have low testosterone levels. I'm not even talking shit. I'm just stating facts. Men today have low testosterone levels. It is what it is. In my next video, I will explain some of the ways that you can increase your testosterone for the long term in a sustainable manner rather than resorting to drugs. But in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the symptoms of what it might look like if you have low testosterone. So if you can relate to any of these, then there's a good chance that you might have low testosterone levels. Let's get into it. Now, the first sign that you might have a low testosterone level is that you can't stay hard or you have a low sex drive. If you find yourself struggling to stay hard and worrying if you'll be able to keep it up, even when you're in bed with a beautiful woman, then that's a very good sign that you have low testosterone level. Now, there could always be other factors contributing to that, but that is one of the leading signs that you have low T levels. And that is even more true if you're a young man in your 20s or 30s and you're still having issues keeping hard. At that age, we are in our sexual prime. We are not supposed to have any issues whatsoever. We're supposed to be like bulls, just raging through. We're not supposed to be struggling sexually when we are in our 20s and 30s. And also, along with that, if you have a very low sex drive, then that's a very good sign that you have low testosterone levels. Now, number 2, developing breasts. It's a very sad fact of life in this day and age, but many men today are developing boobies. And it's funny to me because breasts, beautiful, big, voluptuous breasts, are literally the sign of a budding, growing woman. And it's very metaphorically fitting for the demasculinization of men that we are beginning to develop breasts. It's very metaphorically fitting. But when men have low testosterone levels, they begin to develop breasts. So if you are having those type of issues, there's a good chance that you have low T levels. Number 3, no morning wood. When we are sleeping, our body produces the most testosterone. And testosterone is one of the main things that contributes to our ability to perform sexually, to our ability to get hard and stay hard. So naturally, when we wake up, after our body has been producing all of that strong testosterone all night long, we're going to get hard. It's natural. And that's why we have morning wood. And I'm not saying that you need to get morning wood every single morning. But if you go for weeks and weeks and weeks and you can't think of a single time that you had morning wood, then you might want to get your testosterone levels checked. Number 4, fatigue. If you constantly feel tired and like you just want to lay in bed and do absolutely nothing, that is a very good sign that you have low testosterone levels. It could also be a million different other things. It could just mean that you have no mission or purpose in your life, which is something that you need to work on as a man. But if you're knowing that you're fatigued constantly and that you're exhibiting the other signs as well, you have breasts or you have no sex drive, then those are all good signs that you need to go get checked. As a man, you cannot ignore your testosterone. It is so important. You deserve to feel like a man. You deserve to feel like a masculine man, like a freaking warrior. That's what we're made to be. You shouldn't be lazing around all day, laying in bed, not accomplishing shit. You shouldn't. That's not natural. Do you think that when we had warrior ancestors roaming across the plains, hunting down elk and lions, they would just lay in bed all day and not get shit accomplished? Do you think our ancestors were doing that? We become weak, we become lazy. And it's not completely your fault because a lot of that is just ingrained in what our society has pushed onto us. But even if it's not your fault, it is your responsibility to change and to do better. If you don't want to live like the average man, you have to do something differently. You have to. It is your responsibility. Number 5, you can't focus or you have bad memory. Now, I don't know exactly why testosterone causes us to have better memory and better focus, but I do know that scientific research shows that testosterone levels, optimal testosterone levels, improves our ability to focus and our memory. And it's interesting because this is a personal side note, but a couple years back, I was trying to quit porn and I was struggling. Going more than a day without porn was tough for me back then. I was truly struggling. But I began to notice that whenever I would manage to stay away from porn for 3, 4, 5 days, my memory would be better and I'd be able to focus more in day-to-day life. It was like a layer of haziness and fog in my brain was just gone. And I'm connecting that back to this because recent studies have shown that after just a week away from porn, we see a massive increase in our testosterone levels. And again, this is just my own hypothesis, but it could be that once we quit porn, since that increases our testosterone levels, and having optimal testosterone levels helps you to maintain a healthy level of focus and a good memory, that could be why when you stop pornography, you feel less brain fog and you feel more concentrated. It's not just the porn, it's because stopping the porn increases your testosterone, and your testosterone enhances your focus. But again, that's just me putting 2 and 2 together. No one's really talked too much about that from what I've seen, so I wanted to make that connection here. But like I said, in my past, I have noticed a massive increase in my overall well-being and in my focus and in my concentration and in how I feel on a day-to-day basis, just from cutting porn out of my life. And a big part of that could be the placebo effect. I don't know, but the research is really beginning to show that cutting that out of your life enhances testosterone levels. And I will attach all of the research down below in the description for anyone who's curious and who wants to do their own research. And last but certainly not least, number 6, having low ambition and low drive. Having optimal testosterone levels makes you more ambitious, more motivated, and more dominant as a man. And it's disgusting to me that in this day and age, a lot of people look at those qualities in a negative way. Those are things that we are meant to be as men. We are not supposed to be docile. We're not supposed to be submissive. So if you feel like you have no ambition and no drive in life, then that could very well be because you have low testosterone levels. Now, I don't know the exact science behind why testosterone makes us more ambitious and why it gives us more drive, but I'm gonna hypothesize for a second. So bear with me. Maybe this will make sense, maybe it won't, but it is what it is. So just think about this. Testosterone is the male sex hormone. Like I said, it is one of the key things that make us men, that makes us masculine. Why do you think that when they have people transition from being a woman to being a man, that they give them testosterone treatments? But let's go back about 3,000 years to the primal ages. And we have 2 men. We'll call one of those men Billy, and we'll call the other one Ox. Billy is a weak man. He has the lowest position in his tribe. He has no muscles, no females are attracted to him. And he lives in such a way that his habits only reinforce who he is in life. What do I mean by that? He doesn't challenge himself. He doesn't compete with other men. He doesn't even work out. Instead, he hangs out with the women all day and picks berries from trees and collects fruit out of the earth. He's a low testosterone man and he gets 0 female attention. He's docile. Now, on the other hand, Ox is the leader of his tribe. He's a strong man. He constantly challenges himself. He hunts down wild boar. He fights other men. He explores foreign lands. he approaches women in his tribe constantly. And just like Billy, each of his habits constantly reinforces who he is. Each of the things that he does boosts his testosterone levels. Approaching women boosts his testosterone levels. Hunting down wild animals boosts his testosterone levels. Constant competition with other men boosts his testosterone levels. His life is in a constant state of competition, a constant race for domination and growth. And all of those things require us to be strong men. And it goes on in a constant loop where those activities that we're doing require us to be strong men who are full of testosterone, but those same activities pump us full of testosterone. So it's a constant, never-ending loop. So I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot where I was going with that. Where the fuck was I going with that? My point was that being a traditional man 1,000 years ago, it required you to be strong. It required you to be dominant. It required you to be powerful. And just because life has become so much easier in the past 200 years doesn't mean that our bodies have adapted to that. So testosterone is very much still ruled by very primitive workings within our bodies. And that kind of explains why testosterone contributes to having high ambition and high drive. Because the guys who were strong and who had high testosterone in the past typically were the leaders and the strong men in the tribe. So of course they had high ambition and high drive. They needed it to survive. But anyways, gentlemen, those are the different symptoms of low testosterone levels. If you are showing any of those in your own life, then I highly, highly recommend getting your testosterone levels checked by a doctor. And if you are showing multiple of those signs, then you truly need to work on your testosterone levels. Like I said, testosterone is one of the most important chemicals within your body for improving your well-being and for making your life better all around. Don't allow the modern day powers that be to make you feel bad and demonize you for wanting to have high testosterone. Every man should want to have high testosterone levels. What idiot would not want to have high levels of something that makes them more focused, that helps to reduce stress, that helps them to increase their muscle mass? What idiot wouldn't want that? But anyways, like I said, that is the video for today. In the next video, I am going to talk about how to naturally boost your testosterone levels. So if you don't want to miss that video, be sure to subscribe down below. And by the time that you watch this, it might already be uploaded. So if it is, just click right here to keep watching. Anyways, until next time, peace out.